welcome to another episode of Drinks and Discussions. This episode is going to be hosted by Adis. Adis, you're going to know him from voice acting characters like Adarag from King's Crossing. Let me pronounce my own game correctly. I'm going to be one of the players. I'm playing Solomon. Alongside my co-host, Mr. Pickles. You'll know him from hit podcast show you can find on Spotify and Apple Podcasts called And I Took That Personally. He's one of the two hosts alongside Chison, otherwise known as Brad. I myself run this whole thing. You'll know me from all of these things, and that's all I got for you. I'm going to pass it off to our stunning, just drop-dead gorgeous DM host for today. Why don't you tell us what we're getting into, brother?
Alrighty, so as you might remember last time, our intrepid heroes were traveling along. They had just broken an axle on their caravan and had a interesting run-in with a witch Griselda, or sometimes known as Babs. The duality of which was not commonly understood at the moment, but so the so our intrepid heroes turned her away as she offered assistance for a favor to be called in later. And they chose against that because, I mean, makes sense. Scary woman in the woods, probably not the best person to make deals with. But
not the only scary woman in the woods I tried to make a deal with.
So, and in not learning their lesson, a hungry Solomon chose to try to sate his hunger by taking the sweet, innocent Granny Butterscotch into the woods to try to have a little midnight snack. This turned into a bit more of an ordeal than he was expecting. So as Morgan is sitting by the carriage helping treat Dan for his wounds that he sustained in the carriage fiasco, Solomon comes running out of the woods towards in just a dead sprint. Morgan looks up to see this as Solomon shouts,
"My girlfriend's here!"
My girlfriend's here.
Sorry, I was
as
getting fresh water.
Shouts,
I think it was, I should have just eaten the butterscotch.
That's it. Correct. I should have eaten the butterscotch. And at which point Morgan sees in the from the tree line a green flame-cloaked demoness charging behind Solomon. At this point, you see, so to get a bit more descriptive of this character, the sweet old Granny Butterscotch had, upon Solomon's strike with his javelin, she dodged out of the way and erupted in a green flame and grew in size and mass. She ended up turning into this monstrosity that
just a real problem.
Who would know about it? That Morgan, you would recognize as a demon of gluttony.
Oh.
Now, the demons of gluttony, from what you know, are a race of demons that are in the hierarchy of demons. They rank somewhere just below the captains of the demon armies. So they are decently. They're not your just rank and file soldiers. They are more. They have a bit more fight in them. They also are very well known to be very resistant to bludgeoning damage and piercing damage as their they grow as a kind of amorphous blob almost. So a lot of the strikes against them will get taken up by their fat, essentially.
Gross.
So
But
you
fat
see,
burns.
and fat, and they have this green flame of the demon armies that envelops them, that is consistently like roiling off of them. And at this point, you see, so let's all go ahead and roll some initiatives. So for Solomon, you have your Guardian feature, so I would say that would probably be your dice to roll there with a D6 as well.
Got you.
And Morgan,
You guys ever just have the problem of having
if you
many
want
dice?
to make a... Oh, what's that? Sorry.
Do you guys ever just have the problem of having too many dice?
Oh.
Yes, I have so many metal dice now that each time I'm like, which ones am I going to play with? And I've chosen my Goldilocks. They look like actual gold,
Gold.
but I'm pretty sure they're just like colored that way. They've got a nice weight. They feel reasonable, and I feel like after my greed in the last episode,
I'm sticking with my greens lately.
Nice.
Translucent ones. I don't know why. Just been sticking with these for like the last like 10 games we've done or something.
So
like
Morgan, I don't really, nothing's really jumping out at me as like an initiative roll. So if you want to use one of your, like explain to me why you would be using a certain feature to get an initiative, I would be open to it.
Use your D4.
I would like to use my fire magic because the explanation you've given to me of this means that I have some familiarity with the hierarchy of demons offhand. Without even having to roll my magic knowledge, I'm kind of questioning who my master was, because that's not something a normal apprentice should be hearing about, unless it's a general problem. So I'm going to like go into my whatever he taught me, enter a battle stance of trying to channel fire, and my goal is to if this thing is using its fat as a fuel of some kind for this green flame, then I want to burn it out completely, like overcharge the fuel. And so I'm going to lob like a ball of magma is my goal, and I don't know what'll happen from that, but I want to like splash and stick.
Okay. Yeah. So all right, I'll allow it.
I've never cast this one before.
Roll your fire.
Oh yeah. That was for my initiative, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's for your initiative. So I'll say that maybe you had some training and like your instincts start to kick in there.
What did you roll?
I haven't rolled yet. That's why I went
rolled,
a little too far.
I rolled really low, so you probably beat me anyway.
Okay, so the D8 is what you said?
Yeah, so go ahead with your D8 and your D6 because you're near the wagon.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. A 6 and a 6.
Okay.
Oh, it's exploding.
And a 6. I'm starting to like gold dice.
This is Grunkle all over again.
3. 15.
15. All right. So, and with that, and I should roll for Dan as well.
Yeah, because Dan needs to get to safety.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll cauterize you later.
So, Morgan, you had a 15?
On my luck die, yeah.
Yeah.
Or wild die.
And Wrath, what did you have?
For my initiative, 5.
Okay.
Okay.
I love how I'm sprinting away, but all of a sudden I just start moving a lot slower, and I'm like, damn it! No.
You're probably like looking around or something, trying to get your bearings, and it slowed you down slightly.
Also undead.
Like,
I'm just adding. Wait, I was gonna say I'm undead, so maybe I'm out of breath. But do I run on lungs? Like, do I even have?
No, I think... how does Solomon run? Like, describe what that
probably
looks
just
like.
Lumbering. He's go. Because I mean, I'm 10 feet tall, 450 some pounds, Which actually, now that I think about it, I'm probably heavier than that because I know there's a 7 feet tall guy that's 400 and some pounds. But anyway, I'm heavy, so he's probably just lumbering like. Think I would say it's most closely associated to, Pickles won't get this, but the giants in Game of Thrones that were running towards the wall. But they're running past and they're just like, go, go, go. It's just that big, like, mainly just throwing their body weight in front of them. And because I'm undead, I would assume it's kind of like, what is it, 28 days later, where I could just go forever. Or I Am Legend or whatever. I could just go forever, but I probably just don't want to. Like, I'm probably just like, fuck this.
For a while, you just get bored.
Yeah, it's also a lot of weight to move, so I'm just like, nah.
Solomon just has ADHD. He just gets bored with things really quickly.
Wait, so it's not tied to your what led us into this mess? Like how much energy you choose to
I was gonna
expend?
say, yeah, it'd probably be tied to my energy consumption, my eating.
Probably.
Which I am hungry, so I probably don't have a whole lot of energy right now. That isn't good.
He needs to pick me up.
I need to eat Dan.
No!
Alright, I got a 5.
All right.
That's reflective of me having low energy.
All right. So with that, we're going to start off with Morgan. You do have the highest initiative with those explosions. So right now, currently, you have the door to the carriage is open at the moment. Dan is looking still pretty injured. Your healing helped him get to the point where he could at least move on his own. Solomon is charging out of the woods with a flaming demoness behind him. What do you want to do? And if you'd like to go over and look at the map right now, I kind of have it mapped out as to where people generally are. To note some things, the kind of jagged-looking area that you are on currently is the bridge area that's been taken out, and then the area that kind of intersects the solid line that intersects that. Also jagged is kind of the cliff face that is behind you. And then the tree lines are the dashed lines on either side.
And S would be Solomon's general area, G
Solomon.
for G train.
Mm-hmm. And then
Okay.
M for Morgan, D for Dan.
Yeah. I like the way my M looks there.
That's where the DM
like
is
this little map.
standing.
Yeah, I saw that initially, and that's what I read. I was like, DM, and I just now put together. I'm not good at puzzles. This wasn't a puzzle.
Same. I thought it was DM at first, but now it's clicking. Yeah.
Are there other travelers outside by the fire at this hour?
Great question.
No, they are still all inside. They are still pretty jostled up from the carriage ride that they just experienced.
Okay.
So most of them are still inside. Dan's really the only one that was moved outside, and Granny at the behest of Solomon.
Weird in hindsight. But is Dan aware of this?
Yeah,
I'm probably
Dan's
acting too quickly to know, actually. So I'm going to act rather than look behind me. And I would like to say, Dan, get in a very stern, low tone. And then I want to immediately move forward, stepping at a standard pace, and casting my magma ball, sticky burn, destroy your fat spell.
Okay.
Oh, neat. That's how you're gonna move us.
Yeah.
So I'm pacing forward slightly and casting with my hands and conjuring a ball of magma, ideally as if you do for cotton candy, just swirling it up, and
Gotcha.
I can roll whenever you want me to.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me a fire dice, and I'm going to say now that you have crossed off of the main road, you are now going to roll a d4 as your wild die.
Yeah, that's what you call cover fire. I'm trusting you, dice. You're made of gold, but not really. 5 and 1.
5 and a 1. Okay.
I'll take the 5. That's my fire die.
Taking the 5. All right. So you lob this magma ball out towards the
Boom! Ow!
No!
And you see that it It seems to be going straight towards her, but at the last minute, she ducks out of the way and is able to avoid it, and it flies past her.
Oh shit!
Forest fire.
Yep. We'll resolve that later.
We are not cut out for this.
What's the season that we're in? Oh shit! It
It's
was
still
just
pretty
after the
rainy.
Apple Festival in that little like
The springtime
town we were in.
We're in
You
the
know-
summertime. It's dry season.
To be fair, the forest is causing us a lot of problems. If we just get rid of the forest, we can, just move on through.
You always have my back, and that's what I appreciate about you.
I have to. By the laws of magic, I have to.
All right. And at this point, as you step closer to her, Granny fixes her gaze on you and begins what you know as like a ritual almost. At which point, a single like green flame ball appears by her right shoulder and begins to like vibrate intensely. At which point, she pulls out a whip that was under her cloak in her belt, and she takes a hold of it and looks like she's going to attack Solomon with it next turn.
You'll tell me when to duck, right?
That makes me angry. Nobody's allowed to whip Solomon.
At which point, Dan, heeding your advice, quickly runs. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Oh, wrong thing again. Oh.
This is an interesting
And grows.
virtual tabletop you have.
Yes, this is
I do love it, though.
my down and dirty.
It is a dirty journey.
At which point, Dan goes inside of the carriage, disappears, and closes the door behind him.
God, Dan turned into a wagon.
Did you draw that horse?
Because
Because that's actually really good for a horse. And I was just reflecting that I've never drawn a good horse before.
I said the same thing.
That's really fucking good.
I was like, is that a horse? He goes, yeah. I was like, that's actually kind of good. I could actually tell it was a horse. That's how you know it's good.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I was just remembering our days of using paper and pencil, and our horses
Yeah.
were...
You're like, see this square? It's a horse. Shut up.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt you.
All good. So okay,
you whipping Solomon?
So for Dan's turn, he disappears into the carriage, closing the door behind him. Solomon, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I have an idea.
Okay.
I've seen Morgan engage, right?
Yes. Yeah, you saw a magma ball fly over your shoulder, and
Just
at this point, you don't know if it hit or not. But
Yeah, I'm still a ways away from where this wagon is. Within one turn, I don't know relative distance. Within one turn, would I be able to get to the wagon, grab something, and hurl it, or would
I
that
would
be too
say,
far for like a move action thing?
Solomon, because you're still pretty slow from your lack of energy, I would say you can probably get to about here. You would need to reach it here to get your
New plan, then.
Your
New plan. If I turn around and just body slam a tree, can I knock a tree down to like fall on this thing? This witch?
Jesus.
I don't know. It's
No, that's. I'm.
I don't have a weapon.
You're like a superhero, and I'm just this kid.
You can certainly turn around and try to
Turn around and try. Just poof, ow.
I mean, maybe not old timber, but there might be some smaller trees that are still consequential, right?
Yeah, maybe there's like a smaller, like a larger, like trunk of something.
Yeah, I want something that's actually gonna like hit them and not just be like.
Yeah,
Because you wouldn't try on like a giant tree. You wouldn't just be like, oh, what the?
I mean, I know my own strength to an extent, so I'm hoping I can like try and gauge it.
Okay, so Go ahead and roll me a D8 and a D4.
D4.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, baby. Well, I got a 7 and a 1. I'll take the 7, please.
Okay, so you see that
I thought it was a 1 and a 1, so I was like, well, and I was like, oh, wait, no, we're okay.
All right, so with the 7, you do see that approximately right here, there's actually, right here, there's a little, well, not so little, branch that seems to be new growth branch that was broken off and is laying on the floor. You think you could probably use it as a club of sorts.
Yeah, I guess that's more reasonable than running into a tree.
I mean, like a tree that's like you could almost fit your hands around. That if you could probably knock it over, but also it would be the kind of thing of just a giant club slamming down on something's head. That could be useful. It's just the bigger question is whether a tree like that is perfectly convenient.
Right, yeah,
and you're seeing a club.
But I don't have any weapons. I mean, I don't know if a branch club is going to be big enough to actually do anything against this thing.
Hey, I used fire on a hellhound. I believe in you.
Yeah.
and you don't know that it's resistant to blunts and piercies.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm completely acting without that knowledge. What about a rock? Would there be a rock or a boulder around here?
At this point, I think I should probably bring up, you did attack her with your spear, so...
I thought I hurled my spear, or no, I don't remember.
You said she dodged out of the way, deftly, or did it reflect off of her body?
So, yeah, so
like in the sense of resistant, and just goes up.
So when I was thinking about it last time, I thought you were going in with like a swing, and she dodged out of the way from that.
I don't remember. I was listening to your recap, hoping you remembered, and I thought it was
you remember
that I threw it.
Yeah.
So I actually just swung. I still have my spear?
I'd say you still have your spear.
Oh.
If you
well, then I don't run into a tree. I would like to... I would like to, after seeing that Morgan's engaging with me, I'll turn around and... basically, where I see the projectile going, I'd like to turn and just aim and thrust.
Okay.
I guess with that, do I use my 7 then?
Yeah, for that you would use your 7. Then, okay. So you throw your spear at it, and the spear makes contact right in the gut of this really like obese monster. And
I very over cocky, over cockily, over what's the word?
Well,
I very overstated,
arrogant.
Yeah, very over arrogant. Basically, go. I'm still gonna eat you.
Oh, and she'll be more filling.
And after you say
it's
that,
a bigger meal.
After you say that, you see that the spear kind of gets wrapped around in her folds, and then it spews back out. No flesh wounds that you can see on this belly.
Perfect. I'm still gonna eat you. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Holy shit. Adise has off-screen people too?
I was like, wait, who do you have?
I had a phone that was going off. I don't know.
Oh.
But that usually doesn't happen.
Cover.
I don't have friends.
Nice cover.
Anyways, yeah, so you see this...
Quiet down there.
You see this spear go hurling and make a contact, what you thought was good contact, but reveals to be no damage.
Just real quick, just so I understand, hurling. What do you mean by hurling?
I thought he charged back in and stabbed.
Oh, did you?
It was just thrusting. I don't want to lose my spear again.
Okay, got it.
But you would have turned and then charged back.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I'm just turning and stabbing the first demon I see.
Okay, so you're closing the distance and...
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. tracking now.
Yep.
So she now takes you go thrusting into her, and you feel it recoil as no damage is done to her.
Morgan, I might die again. I don't know if I can die again, but I might die again.
No.
And that brings us back to Morgan.
I would like to use talk action, of course, to well, okay. So my general plan is I want to say something, a couple words, shouted towards Solomon, aware that might upset the caravan, but I'm going to move along. And then I want to step back towards the caravan by I want to like go diagonally up. Oh, I can't ping on the map. Like a diagonal up and left.
Towards the horse's nose.
Maybe in the middle between the horse and the edge there. Yeah, that's perfect. That'd be perfect right there. That's where I want to go. Yeah, so I shout out to Solomon. I had so much time to think of this, and I threw it out.
It's okay. Take your time. I'm just fighting for my life.
It needs to burn. Don't stab it.
Don't stab it.
And then I'm going to cast.
I have a spear.
Can I do something like a charge spell in your system, World of Magic? Like going with the cotton candy metaphor, can I keep like spinning? Can I roll this turn and then roll a next turn, like to keep trying to channel to cast something bigger?
Yeah. So what you can do?
He says in your system. Pickles, this is your system.
My master didn't tell me how magic works in your system, and I'm an apprentice that got abandoned because of bandits. So
here's what I'll say. I'll say what you can do is you can like aim or charge your spell, which will end your turn, but you'll get to add an additional D4 to your next roll.
Like I add the D4 to my fire die,
or
like I have an additional one that can explode, and it's its own thing.
So you have an additional one that can explode, but is also added on top of. So like you're close to the wagon right now, so you would roll your fire die and your D6 and a D4, and the D4 would just get added to whichever of the two you would like to keep from your fire dice and your D6.
Yeah,
one rolls better. Yeah, so basically just a bonus D4.
A bonus
possible
D4
explosion.
Roll, possible explosion that you can add. Yeah.
And with that shout, I'm hoping that he understands my message of retreat. But I'm gonna start charging my spell and trying to get the incantations perfect, to do this the proper way, and actually send a scorching blob of sticky fire, which doesn't make sense. So I guess I don't roll anything this time. I'll roll next.
Yep.
Okay, charging.
Loading.
So
then loading cannon.
Just loading up my fire here, you guys.
Loading, please wait. Loading, please wait.
At which point, Griselda, having
taken... Well, hold up. No, Granny Demon.
Oh, sorry, Granny. Sorry.
Of Gluttony.
My G's mixed up.
Okay, yeah, you freaked me out there. This is all just a trick. You're playing mind games.
I was like, wait,
flies in.
She's here?
Sorry. Yes. Granny Gluttony. Now, you see a second orb of green flame erupt and start vibrating just above her head.
Gyrating.
At which point she uses the whip and lashes out at Solomon.
Oh shit. Uh-oh.
I didn't think I had a clear shot there. I need you to move. I'm sorry.
I'm about to move.
She misses with her whip crack, but because
oh shit.
So you do not receive any damage, but you are dazed by the sound of the whip cracking so close to you.
Okay.
All right.
If I can interject really quick.
So, yeah.
Since this is a bastardized version of Savage Worlds, we call it Savage Pickles because I made it up on a joke. And so how they handle a lot of injuries in Savage Worlds is that the first time you take like a hit, if it doesn't do enough to give you like a wound, it makes you shaken, which is just any general like description of off balance, dazed, caught off guard. You're recovering in some way, and how they resolve that is usually something along with spirits or willpower would be the rough equivalent.
Oh.
Okay. And I thought that was interesting because then your resistance to like getting an injury that actually does something is based on your toughness, whereas your like being caught off guard is based on your focus, willpower, spirits.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that doesn't translate very well to the simplistic system we're doing here. But I just thought I'd mention that for how you're deciding how it works.
Actually, that brings up a good point because to be dazed, you would have to have like a sense of balance in the first place, and I don't know how dead people. How
I already don't know what's going on. Do you want me to roll my undead and we'll see how I do?
Yeah, roll your undead and a d4.
A 6 on the d8. A 3 on the d4.
Okay, you avoid being dazed.
Yeah. Huh?
I like to think like it snaps near your head after you dodged out of the way, and you just have a blank look on your face as if there wasn't a loud as fuck noise like near your ear.
Didn't just go past the speed.
It's like mid-fight. Like, did you hear that?
Morgan would be sobbing if that happened to her, but you're just like,
I'm asking the granny, did you hear that?
Is that a jet?
Someone's applauding us. Once. A single applause.
All right, and that brings us to Dan's turn. So Dan, you see the hatch open up on the top of the carriage, and Dan begins to climb out and get over to the ballista.
Jump!
No, don't kind of one of Richard's teachers.
He kind of looks at you like, what?
No, I'm in the middle of a battle.
He contemplates it for a second, shrugs, and then goes over to the ballista.
No.
And you see he's beginning to start loading the ballista.
Oh, hell yeah.
At which point, what would Solomon like to do?
I swear, every time I go to load up a chip with all this deliciousness, and then it's my turn.
What deliciousness are you?
Enjoy your deliciousness.
We don't have time.
It's a like taco. So yeah. Anyway, okay. So
I want to know now, though.
What I'd like to do is, amidst my normal everyday dazed and confused, I want to try. Don't know how this is gonna go. Try to grapple, restrain Granny, and basically what I'm trying to do is spear in front, like across her like boobas. And then be behind her, holding either end of it, and just like holding her in place so that fireball will hit.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to hold her down.
Green
basically.
flame,
to restrain her such that Morgan
to aid and assist Morgan. Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha.
That's my goal.
But you're aware there's a green flame, though.
I'm dead. I don't know what that's gonna do to me. Maybe
It'll
green
make you
flame can
barbecue.
kill me. Yeah.
And I'll want to eat you, and that'll be a weird thing.
That would be weird, yeah. I have to be rotten.
All right. So to do this, what I'd like to do is she's not very athletic in being able to like try to
Fight against me.
Fight against you, but she's just so enormous that it's going to be a challenge.
Is she not like slippery and? I imagine she's like melting.
Stop helping, Pickles.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you roll your. I would say this fits under probably Guardian. So
combat moves, so I would throw it in there.
Combat, sort of, yeah.
I think my raw like strength would go under my undead, but my actual like combat moves would go into Guardian. I agree.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and give me a guardian roll and a d4.
Ooh, boy, I got an 8 on my D8.
An 8 on your d8.
Yeah.
So that means it explodes.
Raw
I'll
skill.
take- I will take it. Take it. Take it.
Take it to the limit.
And a 3. That's not great. 8, 9, 10, 11.
11. All right. Well, she didn't roll too well. So you are able to, with your spear, kind of get up in her and kind of restrain her from the back and hold on to her, preparing for the whatever's coming from Morgan at this point in time. All
She's
right.
just like a ball of fat. I'm just like squeezing, and her fat's just like enveloping me. I'm like, gross, gross, ew, do it quick.
It smells like bacon. Really,
Hey,
really
no.
good bacon, though.
Cook it quick. I'm hungry.
All right, and that brings us to Morgan. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm bringing that fire.
All right. So go ahead and roll your fire dice, your d6, and your d4.
For the caravan. Come on, dice. Come on, don't give me 3 1s. That's gonna be embarrassing. Please.
I almost got 2 ones already, so.
Okay. Not promising. I got a 4 on my D8, a 2 on my D6, but a 4 on my D4.
So
My
that's
charge
great.
dice is saving me.
So far an 8.
A 4? So that's an 8.
That's 12 total.
What?
Oh my gosh.
You had a 4.
Oh,
and then a
yeah, that's
4.
right, because it's added.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you're at 12 plus
2.
14.
14.
14.
I'd say that's promising.
All right.
Kamehameha! No, this is from Dragon Ball Z.
So you a couple of small eruptions spark in front of your hands before a molten beam shoots out towards this
Oh, shit.
demoness, and you see this massive impact with the front of her, and she almost looks as if she's writhing in pain, but you see that that scream turn into a cackle as she seems
demons.
unfazed by this attack.
I think she's twerking! Help!
Well, I mean, to be fair, Solomon does. He's built, so don't blame her. Twerking on you.
Dearie, that's
Demons.
not how you deal with the. That's not how you deal with demons.
Is that her saying that, or is that somebody
That's
saying that behind me on a cloud?
Oh no, that's her saying that.
God?
Can I ask, in character, then how do I deal with demons? I wasn't taught.
Hey, how do we deal with demons?
Well, dearie, the first thing you should know is that if something's on fire, it probably already has fire, and we're an immunity to it.
Oh, not fire! Stop trying to set things on fire! They're already on fire!
I thought that would speed up the process.
That doesn't even make sense!
I don't know. I was left behind. Demon-ass Granny, can you teach us how to deal with demons?
I think she thinks this is therapy.
At which point,
Tell us how it all started.
At which point,
They're
in
the most annoying people to fight. Like, for real. We're fighting, shut up!
And we're bringing you into our issues.
Stop monologuing! We're fighting.
Granny Butterscotch is thoroughly enjoying the commentary here. At which
buying her
point,
all kinds of time.
A third vibrating flame erupts from her left shoulder, and she
Look out!
she brings her arms up as she prepares to let out a flaming. She prepares to let out an eruption from her. So Solomon, what I'm going to have you do is
Oh no!
roll me a d4 and your guardian die.
In the background, why did we pick a fight with somebody who's immune to everything we can do?
That's true.
Solomon, was this my mistake?
7 and a 2. I'll take the 7.
7. All right. You're able to dodge out of the way as she lets out an eruption around her.
I'm letting go now.
That scorches the earth around her.
Fuck.
And it still has remnants of green flames roiling on the ground. And that's going to bring us over to Dan the mechanic. So Dan is loading up this ballista. You notice that he's a little bit slower than he was on the initial carriage ride because of his injuries. But he has the ballista loaded, and he's now aiming it at Granny Butterscotch.
Yeah, that's a boy D-Train.
Hurry up!
He's gonna launch a tree through her.
He fires the ballista, and it misses.
Damn it, Dan. Damn it, Dan.
It
Dan's fired!
Oh, he's...
It sails to and impales itself right next to her.
Oh.
He was very close to hitting her, but was not able to make it connect.
She's huge! How do you miss?
At which point he's like, well, you try this. And he begins to...
We're all bickering.
Yeah, like, I like to think that the commentary is in character.
I feel like it is.
And we're just all like, what the fuck? Oh, god damn it.
Well, it's like in Lord of the Rings, they're like counting theirs, and they're like, I'm at 17, 18. We're out there like, God, she's fat. How do you miss? You try it. Fuck off.
Yeah.
At which point, it brings us to Solomon's turn. Solomon, what would you like to do?
God, do I see any of the butterscotches?
Give me a D6 and a D4.
Wait,
roll.
is this gonna count as my turn to look for butterscotches?
No, I'm going to say this is like a free action.
Okay, what did you want?
D6 and a D4, please.
Like, I don't know if I feel comfortable spending my turn hunting for butterscotch. I cannot grab my-
Can we just get back up at like the last minute? Well, at the end of the session.
Technically, we started late, but
yeah.
Technically, we've got 15 minutes, but...
Oh, yeah, no, I can keep going for 15.
Did Dan just join for real?
Dan just joined?
Or one of the passengers getting out of the carriage to help us? I'll roll. I'm at, ooh, a 2 and a 4. Does this explode?
2 and a, 4 explodes if that's
Okay.
on your
Yeah,
D4.
4 on the D4, yep. Oh my god, a second 4. This is the best roll I've ever gotten. It's to find fucking butterscotch candy. 10 total.
10 total. All right. You see a little trail of butterscotches leading from where she was in the carriage out to where you attacked her.
So pointless. Well, she left a trail.
No, that's the thing here, is nothing is pointless, and that's what's freaking me out about Adisa's first campaign, is that everything means everything. And I'm missing it at every point.
This is my... I want to... I don't know which one is the right call. I'm gonna take one and try and throw it into her mouth.
Okay.
Like, open it up.
Hold up. But she's a gluttony demon.
So feeding her? Oh. I pissed off the DM.
Did just die?
I pissed off the DM. We won!
I helped up.
I still have yet to figure out what's going on with that.
Yeah, that happened during
happened?
King's Crossing, where he just leaves in the middle of King's Crossing, and we're just like,
common occurrence.
okay, bye.
He just dips.
Yeah,
Like-
no, I'm not clicking any buttons or anything, and it just sometimes chooses to disappear.
Sometimes math is
I'll
like
have to
that.
look into
Yeah.
that.
So I want to feed the gluttony. Maybe that satiates her.
Okay.
That's the right word, right?
Uh,
Satiate.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me like a
Yeah.
D4 and a D6 to throw this butterscotch into her mouth.
Well, I got a 4 on the D4, but a 1 on the D6.
Well, the 40 keeps going.
I want a 1. 5.
5. All right.
I should have rolled that better. Damn.
You throw this butterscotch, and it she willingly just eats it.
I did it.
Thank
We're
you,
saved.
but I still will kill you.
Oh. We're not saved. Dan! Quick, get a passenger out of the carriage to come save us.
So you have one more action. Would you like to like make a movement or anything?
Yes, I'll eat another
Eat a butterscotch?
butterscotch. Yeah.
Okay. You've already found the trail of them. You go and find another one.
Like, actually, that look kind of good.
You maybe find one over here, and you go grab.
I'm just gonna wait. No, I want one. Just walking around picking them. Oh, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
As you eat one of these butterscotches, you're filled with a bit of a sense of like warmth, almost maybe a little bit of a hominess to it.
What up, G? Oh, not like a gangster
a
homie.
homie.
Yeah. Yeah, you got me.
What up, homie G?
Sup, players?
And with that, we'll go over to Morgan. Is Morgan gone? Oh no!
No, I'm
Morgan.
still here. I just
Morgan.
got distracted by things happening.
Naked women.
Ooh.
Well, woman, I would assume.
Yeah.
Singular.
Yeah, I figured
Singular,
you probably
not
didn't have
plural.
a lot of them over there. The kitty cats.
You don't know what Pickles does.
That's true. Yeah. Hey, I'm not one to judge, you know. Got a rep.
Okay, so fire's not working, attacking's not working. The gluttony demoness is charging up the power against us and getting more powerful as each turn happens. Piercing and blunt damage doesn't work, so slashing is the only thing I can think of.
Feeding her doesn't work.
Yeah, feeding her doesn't work. Gluttony
Feeding
demons.
yourself doesn't work.
Honestly, I don't want to like attack you about that, even though it seems obvious to me that a gluttony demon would just like eating candies, because I'm the fucker who shot fire at
I was
a
like,
fire
come on.
gluttony creature. I've already done it, so I'm throwing myself under the bus. They're like, we're trying all of our things, and
That's
our things
exactly
don't
it.
work.
I'm just trying things.
But and this is the dumbest idea I can think of. Well, no, I'm trying to think of the smartest one, but it's really dumb. Surely I have a blade of some kind.
Pickles have just gone back in time to before I tried to eat her, and she would have just still been a granny? Okay.
Yeah,
just
but that's
checking.
only like 7 seconds. I
Yeah,
can't do that
you
now,
could
right?
have, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But also, it's not a time reversal. It's a go back in time for 7 seconds. Like, I go back in time, and I avoid something hitting me. And I have one more use of that.
Go back
and I'm
in
going to use
time,
it.
and you could have been like, hey, don't go eat granny. Come back here.
No, I go like 1,000 years in the past. Remember? The tower? It's like the...
You can only go 1,000 years in the past?
I'm a fire witch and a demonologist, apparently.
What does Morgan do?
What is
Morgan.
What would Morgan do?
Surely I have some sort of knife or something.
Yeah, I would say you have like a kitchen knife from your. I mean, you're the quartermaster, so
I did mention a cleaver, I think, at some point.
Just realized what's Morgan do is WMD, and that's that's the acronym for weapons of mass destruction for anyone.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm Morgan of mass destruction over here. Anyways, I'm gonna draw a slashing weapon out,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna shout to my comrade Solomon. Use blades. Cut her up. Cut. As I charge, shrieking that, I guess.
All right.
I'd like to charge, and if I can make it in time, I will use my slashing weapon. But if not, oh, God, no. But then I'm out of the good realm. No, I'm gonna do it anyways. Charging.
Okay. I'll say charging, using like a dual move action, you can probably get to about here.
Yeah, and I've got the cleaver or knife over my head.
Mm-hmm. But that, let's see.
Yeah, that brings us to her turn.
That's just out of range of her, out of melee range of her.
Okay, well, that's good.
All right. That brings up Griselda. Now, with all three of these...
Hold up. No, it doesn't bring up
No,
the
not
witch.
Griselda. I keep on
You're
saying the G.
freaking me out with this demon
What
witch
do you
flying
mean?
above us. Being like, oh, now I'm going to make things worse for
Yeah.
you. Would you like some elves and hellhounds?
Is she here or is she not?
I should have put a B in here instead.
I need to
Butterscotch.
know.
So
No.
Granny Butterscotch, she takes
Yes.
out a she takes out the orbs around her begin to vibrate faster and faster, and targeting you, Morgan. She releases these green flames that scorch a searing like line that
Don't do it.
it hits the horse.
No.
as
Dead
well.
horse. Dun dun dun.
So this searing bolt erupts in green flame and shoots out in a line, impacting Morgan and the horse. You don't immediately feel any damage, though. There isn't any sense of burning you feel, but rather...
You know who does feel it? The fucking
horse.
horse.
Nay.
Oh, never mind. He says he doesn't. Nah.
Nay, belay that.
Nay, I feel no
Yeah.
pain.
Do you feel it? Nay. Oh, okay. He's fine.
But Morgan, you do feel that something within you has begun draining. It doesn't you don't feel hurt, but you feel like some energy is leaving you.
Oh, God, the worst thing of all. Bad vibes. Soul burn is what I'm thinking is more accurate, but bad vibes.
And you see the horse, very startled by all of this that's going on, begins to buck in its... it can't move the carriage, but it is bucking now, trying to release itself from the carriage.
Oh, God.
And that
I figured it out.
Thank fuck. I have no idea.
And that
When
brings
it's
us
my
over to
turn, I'll
Dan.
shriek it out.
All right,
Now you
thanks,
know
bro.
how I feel, Wrath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dan is spends his entire turn loading up this ballista atop the carriage.
Oh, you gonna miss again? Nah.
Shut the fuck up, man. At which point it brings us to Solomon. What would you like to do?
Last thing I heard was cut.
Click, pull.
I have a spear. It's piercing. I'll start waving my spear around back and forth. Not really sure what you expect me to do here. I will. No. Dumb thoughts. I was thinking, she
Eat
wants
another
to
piece of
eat.
butterscotch.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking,
loves those.
I'm undead and disgusting. Maybe she eats me and then is like, ew, this is the worst thing ever. I'm going home. But I feel like that's a dumb idea.
Hey, Wrath, so what actions has she done in the move department?
A whip, jiggle
Yeah,
balls.
but she's been pretty rooted right there.
Want me to tip her over?
Witch tipping.
This is a
I wasn't supposed to ram the tree. I ram her.
I guess I would actually.
So you want to make like a shoving attack sort of thing to knock her over?
I guess so.
All right. So you charge.
Maybe I charge in with my spear so hard that I'm like ramming her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a guardian dice and a d4.
8. Did really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what happens with my really good roll?
Is it 2 1s?
Really good.
I got a 3 and a 2.
3 and a 2. Yeah.
Boing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. You run into her and it's like immovable object. You get almost enveloped for a moment in the rolls of her fat and then get sprung back out.
No, we're the enemy. Roar! I will fall backwards and go, I realize why she's not moving. She can't move.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, says Morgan behind you. Just, yeah.
I still don't know. I'm Torvekik here. I'm Torvekin. I'm Torvekin so hard right now.
All right. And
I don't know whether to be insulted right
there. We move on to Morgan.
At least you know you're not alone.
Okay, so, because I have to jump off pretty shortly here, but...
Yeah, Morgan, go ahead and roll me a d8 and a d6.
I didn't even tell you my plan. That's okay, because the DM says to roll dice, and dinner's about to pop out of the oven, so you know what? I'm just going to roll it. A 6 and a 3, but not in the way that I want it to be a 6 and a 3.
Okay.
So I'll take the 6 on my d8.
All right. So Morgan, as you are kind of feeling that this battle is more than you believe that you can take at the moment, the pendant from around your neck begins to glow brighter and brighter and brighter, almost reacting to this demonic presence.
It's gonna blow.
As you've closed the distance to this foe, it begins to shine brighter and brighter and brighter. It is almost blinding at this point.
I know this is like a huge clue, and I still don't fucking know.
Because all I know is that Eternum's Rest can make me go back 3 times per day for 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? If it's asking for that, I'm gonna accept the charge.
Okay.
Morgan just leaves me.
I'll have my right hand out for casting, and I'll put my left hand on the
pendant.
Yeah, or I should say, I have my right hand with a cleaver that I'm wielding, and I'm stopping short and grabbing the pendant, and I'm going to invest my own mental spirit into it. Just tell me the truth.
Are you sending? Wait, what?
All right. And with that, you hear a voice in your head. Willing to make a deal, dearie?
Yes, please. I regret everything. Please come back, please. I will work with you. I'll give you the necklace if I have to.
I don't think it'll fit me.
Wonderful. And at this, a purple cloud erupts from Morgan, enveloping both the demoness and Solomon. This cloud expands outwards in all directions as you experience a dizziness sensation that makes you close your eyes for a second, trying to regain your senses. Solomon, as this is going on, you see this cloud envelop you and you are also hit with the same nauseous feeling, and you feel like you are being pulled to another point in time where...
Oh God, not again!
As you both open your eyes, you're back with the Baba Yaga standing in front of you, having just demolished a pack of hellhounds. As she states, "Well, I think we might have a deal, dearie." And that
yes,
is
I
where
think
we'll
we
leave
do. Oh, God damn.
The camera fades out as her and Morgan and Granny, not Granny, Griselda are standing there talking. Just in the background, you see like Solomon walk across the screen, just going, "Oh fuck." Just lost. Holy shit. Okay, so another episode of Dirty Journey, rocking it out. A super special guest star from Fred.
Holy shit.
Good job, Fred. You'll know Fred as a character, voice actor of Torvekik from King's Crossing. Also, Detective Verde from Strange Shot Golden Ridge. Go check those out. Anyways, that's it for this episode of Drinks and Discussions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Huge shout out to Adis, Fred, Mr. Pickles, and myself for partaking in this one. And we'll see you all next time. Later.
Adios.
Peace.
I love you.